Cool.
All right. It's nice to speak with you, Diva.
Thank you so much.
I wanted to thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today. I really appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure. It's awesome to be here with you because it's very important to talk about our new album. So thank you for having us.
Well, congratulations on Nervosa's new album, Perpetual Chaos, which is out today on
Yeah.
Napalm Records. I've
Yeah.
listened to the album several times, and it's an incredible album.
Oh, thank you. Glad you like it.
I love it. Your vocals kick all kinds of ass,
Oh, thank you.
and the music, everything about it is just it's brutal, it's heavy, it's an incredible album.
Wow, thank you so much. It's really appreciated because this is like a fresh start for us. So, yes, it's very important for us.
Yeah. Um, I'm first of all, I'm really excited to see you in the band. I feel that you're a great addition to Nervosa. I see nothing but great things for the band with all you guys now. So congratulations on that.
Oh, thank you.
Also, Prika Amaro
Yeah.
basically restarted Nervesa from scratch last year. You were added as the vocalist along with Mia and Elene. How did it feel to be brought into a fresh new band?
It's very exciting in the first place because I was a big fan of Nervosa before. So for me, it's like a gift in my career, in my short career as an artist. So yes, definitely for me, it's one of the most important things ever. So I think this is going to be an amazing adventure for all of us, and I'm very thankful to Brika for this amazing chase.
Great, great. So, did you fit in right away with the rest of the girls, or did it take a little bit of time to get to know them?
Well, it was difficult in the beginning because we had to meet each other at the first time only by Skype and WhatsApp calls, only with video calls because we were in the middle of the lockdown.
Right.
So we couldn't travel or something. So that was all until we got into the studio last August. So we spent like 3 months working for the writing sessions of this album. And after that, we got to the studio here in Spain and we spent 1 month together for the recording sessions. So that was the very first time that we all met in person. And due to this pandemic situation, it was very weird for me because I didn't know if I should hug them or not. So
Right.
everybody, yeah, it was like I don't know if I should do this because I have been completely um, following the recommendations. I've been arrested at home, so it was my very first time socializing before the quarantine, and yeah, after the quarantine, and yes, it's been great because it was like an oasis in the middle of this terrible situation, and yes, it's awesome.
Great. I'm glad to hear that. Um, you're also in another band called Blood Hunter. Uh, when hopefully soon, when things start ramping up again with tours and such, how do you plan to split your time between the two bands?
Well, Blood Hunter is a much more underground project. We see the band as a hobby because here in Spain it's very difficult for us just to go outside because everyone has their jobs and sometimes you don't have the time or holidays or days off to go on tour. So we just play during the weekends. That means that we don't really play very much along the year. And for us, it's going to be easy to adapt to the Nervosa's agenda. So we talk about this when I took this decision of making my audition. So they were agree with me. And yes, it's been surprisingly an amazing reaction from them because they were very happy for me, and I'm very thankful to all my bandmates for helping me to keep on growing. So yes, it's great.
That's great. Well, you're from Spain, correct?
Yes,
And Nervosa, they're based in Brazil.
yes.
So, do you see yourself having to spend your time between both Brazil and Spain when the lockdown is over? Or how do you
I'm
think that will
ready
work?
for anything. You know, I've been waiting for a good opportunity like this all my life. So I don't mind if I have to travel a lot or move to another city. We still don't know if Prika maybe could move to Europe. So things will be easier for all of us for traveling when everything comes back to normal. So anything can happen, you know.
Okay. Well, I read a fascinating bit of information about you. I read on that your day job, you're a psychiatric nurse.
Yeah.
That's incredible. How did that lead you to uh, being a musician and a singer?
Well, when I was younger, my parents are very traditional, so they just told me that they wanted for me an amazing future for sure. So they wanted me to study something so I could have a B plan in case that my dreams never possibly come true. So I just tried to choose something that I could do for a living. And I started to study nursery to become a nurse. And I discovered this side of the psychiatric medicine that it was very interesting for me. Always the unknown about humanity, it's much more interesting than the things that we don't know already. So I just decided to follow their advice. And if someday with music I could go and earn for a living, it would be amazing. But I know that I should work for a normal life also because it's important to work on that too. You know, here in Spain, things are pretty difficult in terms of economical issues. So I always wanted to have this kind of plan B and then trying with music also.
That's great. At least you have something to fall back on, but I don't see you needing that for too much longer.
Well, I hope so. I mean, I really love my job, but if things go back to normal, hopefully soon, I wish I could just quit from my job and just go in onto with Nervosa for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure that would be great. Have you ever been in an all-female band before, like Nervosa? And if not, how do the dynamics differ from your other band, Bloodhunter, and some of the other bands you've been in?
Yeah, I always wanted to be in a band like this, you know, but it's very difficult for me to it was very difficult for me to find another musicians to get involved in the same project because sometimes the difference between women and men in terms of character, it's that we are very passionate and we talk about everything like with so many passion that sometimes you get angry at things that are not so important, you know, and discussing stuff becomes a problem. So I always wanted to have this. So for me, this is a very good chance of working with women for the very first time. And I feel that this time it's going to be different because they all have a lot of experience and they are very open-minded, and we had to discuss a lot of issues during these months because during the quarantine we had to figure it out how to travel to meet each other and work together, how to go to the studio. We got some cancellations of our flights. So I mean, we had some problems and we come through them, and always with a smile in our faces. So I felt the energy is kind of different this time, and it's going to be easy to work together. So I'm very excited to start this new adventure with them.
That's awesome. On the new album, Genocidal Command is one of my favorite tracks. And
Yeah.
you share vocals with Schmier of the legendary thrash band Destruction. How was it to work with him? Were you in the studio with him, or did you do your vocals separately?
We had to do it separately because of the pandemic situation again. So
Uh-huh.
it was amazing indeed because we just asked him if we wanted to do this collaboration, and he just accepted immediately. For us, it was a dream come true because Schmier is a legend, and
Yes.
it means a world to us because we are, as you said before, starting, and this means that he supports us and he is supporting this new era of the band. So it has a lot of true meaning for us, and we are very thankful to him for this collaboration because besides being a legend, he has an amazing range. His vocal range is quite awesome. You know, he can do the deepest roles and then going higher, and that's very impressive to do, and mixes perfectly with my vocals. That it's a very difficult thing because rolling it's not always very easy to combine with other vocal ranges. So yeah, he did a splendid job.
Yeah, I thought you both did great on it.
Oh, thank you.
On the new album, did you or any of the other girls have any input on songwriting, or was it basically all Prika this time?
Yes, we worked in many different ways because one of the things that Prika asked to us in the beginning, it was to be involved with this project since the very beginning. So she wants us to write, each one of us, our parts independently. That she had written like a couple of songs, so it was like a mix of both processes, and I could write most part of the lyrics. But when we went all together in the studio, we made the final arrangements with Martin Furia, our producer, that is also an amazing lyricist, and he helped us a lot with the whole process. So the final arrangements were made all together, and this has been an amazing process for us because we learn a lot how to work very different from other times and with our other projects. And this is a nice thing to do when you think that you already have been working in all the possible ways. No, then it comes this album and you just try a different attempt to write lyrics in another way, to write stuff, each one of us from home without meeting each other, and then going to the studio some months um, before, after writing. And wow, this has been very weird for us because we had a lot of issues during this pandemic situation, but finally we made it, and we are very happy because this has been an amazing challenge for us.
Yeah, I'm sure. One of the first videos that Nervosa released with the new band formation, Guided by Evil, the video was incredible. It's such an extreme looking video. Did you have a good time shooting that one?
Yes, and it was difficult too because we had our plans for filming this video, and like, so the previous day, the other person that was filming this video canceled the whole plan. So for us, it was like, oh my God, we should make this because we didn't have another time to travel and being all together again. So we decided to film this video during the recording sessions in the studio. So we made it in the surroundings of the house that we were staying, and we just had to find another people to film this video clip, and everything changed completely. But it was an amazing choice to have these people, and Juanjo Crespo helping us to put all these ideas that we had in mind to this kind of short movie. And yes, it was amazing for us. We wanted to recreate this kind of ritual, like symbolizing the start of this new era.
Right. Well, I also wanted to ask, you seem you seem like such a nice person, but
Oh,
when you're on stage or you're shooting videos, you look so fierce. Can
oh.
how do you turn that on and off? Is it easy for you to do or is it fun?
Well, it's fun for sure. It's like therapy for me because normally I just tend to be happy or quiet because I'm a quiet person, and sometimes you just need to put it all out. And singing for
Right.
me, it's just like that, you know. So I think it's just getting in the mood, and when you're thinking about the lyrics and you're trying to understand what you're trying to sing, it's what makes you probably look like that. Besides my facial expression, it's not because I'm completely mad or angry. It's because it helps with the projection of the sound, and this is something that I've learned during these last years of practicing and practicing, so that's the main reason.
Well, you're also an extreme vocal coach.
Yeah.
What can you say about that?
Well, it took me a while because this all started like a question of helping others to find their sound and not getting hurt. Because when you're starting and you don't have idea or what you're doing, it's kind of difficult to find somebody that help you. I couldn't find a teacher or somebody from other band that could help me or gave me some advices, so I decided to just try to help others the same way that I wish that I could have for myself. And yes, it took me many years to understand what I was doing. And I had to take some melodic lesson, vocal lessons also, because obviously it's kind of a different register, but there are a lot of things that are just the same, like breathing control, using your diaphragm, and stuff like that. So yes, I had to study a little bit just to understand what happens when you're projecting the sound. And I learned a lot from other people with another different registers from mine. So this has been like a 50-50 teaching and learning stuff. So yes, it's been amazing to start this journey also for developing myself as an artist.
Well, what made you want to try extreme vocals, and when did you know that you actually had the ability to sing with extreme vocals?
Well, I discovered extreme metal when I was an adult, pretty late. So I think I was like 20 years old or so. And the main reason it was because I tried to learn to play guitar and I was terrible. I only could play stuff like some chords, like, I don't know, Come As You Are of Nirvana and stuff like that, you know, very very easy things to play. So I decided that that was not my thing. I tried also with clean vocals and it was terrible also. So when I discovered extreme metal, I just thought that maybe this is my place and why not just try it and let's see what happens. And yes, I in the beginning it was hard for me also, but with time I discovered that I felt very comfortable, and I felt that I was finding like my place, my identity, in case that I could be a musician someday. So yes, that was my story. The very first time that I listened to somebody growling, I got scared. It was like, no, why everybody's yelling things to me? But I don't know. It's like when you're watching a horror movie and you don't want to know what's happening, but in the end, yes, you want to know. And with me happened something very similar with extreme metal.
Cool. Well, the new album Perpetual Chaos is out today. What do you guys as a band plan to do after the album drops? I mean, because you can't tour to promote the album yet. So, do you plan on making any live streams or doing more videos? What's the plan?
Well, we have different ideas in mind in case that we can tour at all during this year. Obviously, we have a lot of plans for touring. We have many summer festivals and tour books yet for the summer and the following months after that. But as we don't know how we could make this. We are trying to find another solution. So probably it's possible that we release another video clip. We have to release the last part of the documentary of the recording sessions. We thought about maybe releasing some playthroughs or some covers. And we've been thinking about the live streaming also because we know that it's something important during this time of confinement. But for us, as a new band now, this is probably not the very best way of introducing ourselves to the old fans of Nervosa. We are not very sure about doing this right now, but for sure, if things doesn't got better, we have to think about something like this, for sure.
Great. Well, I don't want to keep you very much longer, Diva. I just wanted to say that the album Perpetual Chaos is out today. I love it. It's so brutal, so heavy, and you do such a great job on vocals, as do the rest of the girls on their parts of the album as well. And I just can't wait to see you guys out on tour. I'm sure it's going to be a great show. I can't wait to see it. And
Well, thank you so much. It's really, really appreciated. We put a lot of love and effort in this new album, so glad you like it. Hope everybody likes it, and well, hope that we can meet each other very soon on stage and having enjoying this album live. That for sure it's going to be a blast.
yeah.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much for speaking with me, Diva, and nothing but the best of luck to you and the rest of the band.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, and have a great rest of your day.
Stay safe.
You too, as well. Bye-bye now.
I cannot hear you.